Hello, welcome to this position. In this position, we can see that white is actually down a lot of material, a pawn, as well as an exchange. So something immediate has to be better. And if it's not, black is just going to win with this passer on a5, it's just going to promote. So we should look for forcing moves in this position. Forcing moves include checks, captures, threats, and pawn breaks. A check, the only real checks I do see are like this or this or this, and everything really here is just useless. I mean, it's just simple. So after checks captures, there are no real useful captures, but the captures that do see are either queen h7 or rook b7, um, which are actually quite interesting to look at. The threats maybe bishop d3 to attack this one at 7, and but then we should be able to realize that the black has f5 to block this diagonal, and it just doesn't work. We just don't have enough manpower to attack the pawn on e7. So the forcing moves to deflect this queen. We can see that g5 has been played by black, so this space around the king is quite weak. So we should try to deflect this queen on e7. We should be able to realize that if we somehow get this queen on f6 with this pawn on h6, while this queen is not on e7, we can just have a mate. So we can see rook b7. By that process, we can see rook b7, and it's a very nice sacrifice. It's majorly just to deflect the queen from e7. The main point is to remove the queen from this diagonal, the d8 h4 diagonal. And if the queen tries to take back in b7, we can play queen g5 check, king h8, queen f6 check, king g8 and h6, which is just game over on g7. There is no way to stop the mate. So after rook b7, the only realistic move which I see is queen d8. Now we can see black desperately tries to hang on to this diagonal, and then we can again sacrifice the rook by rook d7 just to remove. We have to remove the queen. We have to see that we have to remove the queen from this diagonal. So it's kind of forced to see this. We are kind of forced to see this. Rook b7, queen d8. The queen tries to stay on this diagonal. Rook d7. Now we have cut off all the squares for the queen. The queen can move nowhere on this diagonal. She has to take it. Then we can give this check on g5, king h8, queen f6 check, king g8, and h6. I'm talking about the line rook b7, queen d8, rook d7, queen d7, queen g5 check, king h8, queen f6 check, king g8, and h6. So let me just lay this out. Uh, so rook b7. Okay, so now rook e8 is played. It's just we lost. We can just take the free queen, and it just went. So if it would have been queen d8, rook d7, queen d7, queen g5, king h8 check, king g8 h6, and it's just a forced move. Thank you.